Wait, hold on. I'm getting in. Hold on, let me grab his IP.
Access granted.
I'm in. If you somehow avoided hearing about it, this movie is War of the Worlds. I think it's like a sequel or like a I don't know what it is, but it's called War of the Worlds, and it's about like the same thing, right? It follows the legendary actor Ice Cube, you know this guy, right? And the entire movie, and I mean the entire movie, is shot from the webcam of his computer. It's like Unfriended, but during an alien invasion. Imagine if they were playing Unfriended and she's like, who is that? And it's just fucking Gleeborg. Oh, also like 90% of this movie is either an ad for Amazon or Tesla. Genuinely, this is one of the most product placement heavy movies I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. There's nothing else I can really say here to get my point across more than just showing you the movie. So here's the best movie you'll ever see. We open up to Ice Cube logging into his domestic terrorism computer and launching his people watching software, right? He's playing Mark.
Actually, he's playing William.
I don't know why I kept calling him Mark. Mark is the boyfriend you'll meet later. His name is William. He's playing a guy named William. A DHS agent who specifically works in the surveillance team. So he just like watches people buy coffee and tries to make sure they aren't trying to blow up the Pentagon. You know what I mean? He immediately opens 6 completely random cameras around the world and just starts scanning people. No known breaches? Yeah, I mean, I feel like if the computer knew this guy was evil, he probably wouldn't be working here, but I get thanks. What is this, Watch Dogs? We get more of this little intro where he just, kind of listens to people without their consent or knowledge, typical government things, before he opens a watch list of people and clicks on the Disruptor. Before Sandra from NASA calls him. She calls and just starts showing him like random stock footage of storms and then like fucking Satan coming to the atmosphere. I seriously have no idea what that was. I'll mention this later too. Why would he care about NASA storm clouds? Like why would he care about what NASA's looking at? He's in the DHS, like in the people surveillance part of DHS. Why do people care? Do people commit more crimes when it's cloudy outside? Like I don't know why they collaborated with each other like that. He gets a message from DHS Director Briggs saying that they're waiting for the Disruptor stream. He tunes into the stream and we get the most knockoff anonymous shit I've ever seen. Like, dude's got a voice changer, he's got the blacked out face, he's got the government controls us all. It's so corny. He clicks on it and goes into like the inspector tool, I guess, and just starts pinging his MAC address. I assume, I'm not sure what he's doing here specifically, but that's my best guess. He then cuts over to Faith, who I'm assuming is like this undercover agent helping. Oh wait, no, that's his daughter. He's just spying on his daughter. Can you imagine you get a phone call from your DHS dad who's just like, throw that muffin away. Hey, that muffin you just bought, throw it away. You're on a diet. You know what I mean? It's like Life 360, but they're actually always there. Like, he even hacked her fridge to see what's in her kitchen. Dude, chill out, man. He gets a notification and then team viewers into David's PC and then just uninstalls this dude's game. He just immediately goes like, not on my watch. Click, and then the game's gone. Why? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? He gets a call, and it's actually his son. David was his son, right? Who gets all pissy about it. He's like, Dad, what the hell? I was playing that game. And they start getting into a fight, right? Ice Cube is like, man, you're freeloading in my house, right? And David replies with, you mean Mom's house? You haven't even cleaned out her stuff yet, man. So either their mom is dead, or they've got a really, really weird setup going on, I guess. I don't know. Genuinely, how is it her house if he hasn't cleared out her stuff yet? Wouldn't it make it his house because they're taking her stuff out? I mean, if she's dead, what a shitty thing to say to your dad who lost his wife and your mom. That's fucked up. What? Also, I just feel like he's way too old for daddy to just log in and delete his game. Like, this dude is at least 25. Why is he hopping in like, no games past 6 p.m. squirt? Who knows? But you know what he does know? The location of the Disruptor. He's been looking for his IP this whole time while they were on the phone, and he finally gets a match, or at least we hope it's a match. I mean, it's the Disruptor after all. But he sends it to his FBI DMs because you can just DM the whole FBI, like as a concept. And then after he does that, he hits this sick-ass "that was easy" button.
Bam! That was easy.
I need one of that's awesome. How do I get one of those? Can I buy one? Statement button. I'm stupid. That just brought me to like women's buttons. Okay, I'll look for it after the video. I don't know. His daughter's boyfriend Mark calls him, and holy shit, it's Roderick! Dude, it's Roderick from the original Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. You know, those movies were so good. I want to rewatch those. Wasn't he also in Oppenheimer? What a weird three-piece. Anyways, he talks to Roderick a little more, who like accidentally tells him there's a baby shower, but Ice Cube wasn't supposed to know about it because it's a whole mess where his daughter doesn't like him because he's always spying on him, and the daughter's all pissy. So he does what any good father would do, and he breaks into his daughter's laptop and starts reading all of her messages. Guy's an asshole. asshole. He keeps doing more and more unrealistic hacker shit, like going into command line and typing generate team viewer master key. And you know what? I'm at the point already where I'm like, whatever, man. I guess I don't know what Homeland Security has, so I'll just pretend that's how team viewer works. Apparently his daughter is a doctor who's like curing cancer or some shit, because in these texts, Roderick goes like, don't worry, sweetheart. He'll see you're gonna save the world one day, Dati Bio. And I just, holy foreshadowing. I mean, it's not even foreshadowing at that point. They just kind of hit you with the plot through a brick window. I don't know. I will bet you 5 that the story ends up being, you know, War of the World happens, he starts guiding her around, she eventually makes like the cure or something that kills all the aliens or whatever, and then he finally respects her. He's like, wow, maybe she isn't my little girl anymore. Like, why do I even need to do the rest of this video? You already just saw the ending of the movie. I just did it for you. He gets a Facebook message from an account with the nastiest edit of like a cool artsy background. Like, seriously, what is this? It looks like somebody tried to AI generate Ice Cube in the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album cover. You know what I'm talking about? They were like, what would it look like if Ice Cube was in that? Anyways, it seems like it's his wife, because he sends her like a ton of I miss you messages that just never went through, and then he listens to this little voice recording.
Remember to take out the trash today and be nice to the kids. I love you, baby.
And this sounds AI generated, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's not. I know it's not. But there is zero emotion in this audio message, like, at all. It's just,
please remember to take out the trash and be nice to the kids. I love you, baby.
Really quick, with this new information, fuck his son, man. Like, why was he making fun of him for not getting rid of his dead wife's stuff out of his house? Like, that's his mom, and he's all like, come on, Dad. You haven't even gotten rid of our stuff yet. Like, yeah, and he's probably never going to, man. What the hell? FBI Steve messages him back with a PDF of a search warrant, so he downloads the search warrant and sends it to this FBI Special Agent Jeffries. And don't they have to like go to a judge to get the warrant for it to be legal? Like, I have no idea how it actually works, but I feel like just being able to DM somebody a warrant and just download it, I feel like that's not how it works. You know what I mean? I don't know. The agents move in to raid the Disruptor's house, you know, body cams and all. And honestly, some of this stuff would be really cool. Like, if it was just a portion of the movie, like the body cam stuff is really cool. But it's the entire movie. Every second of it is on this dude's PC, and it's so stupid. Like, why? Why is it War of the Worlds in the first place? Like, why is it even a War of the Worlds movie? I don't know. He hacks into the Disruptor's house and starts playing FNAF with the cameras, and they just start showing fucking AFV clips. Seriously though, why would people have security cameras just in their house watching the specific angle of the kitchen? Like, what is that actually looking at? You know what I mean? He eventually clicks on the right one, and instead of a security camera, it's just the Disruptor's live feed. Like, he's just sitting there. He's just like, The FBI starts moving in and he keeps getting messages from the NASA girl. And again, like, why would he care about the NASA girl? Like, seriously, he's Homeland Security. Why would he care at all? She's like, come on, I know you're trying to bust this case, but look at this cumulus cloud over here. Like, he doesn't care. She feels very shoehorned in because plot-wise, she is important, but she's just his friend in NASA, and they never really explain or go into detail about that friendship at all, so it just feels really forced. Like, you're just supposed to, like, just kind of be like, okay, yeah, that's just Sarah from NASA. But they eventually get into the room, and it's a freaking decoy, dude. And then the world starts imploding on itself. Everything just starts going to shit, right? And at first they're like, oh my god, it's a trap, the disruptor got us, no. But I'm not sure that this was the disruptor. Okay, I'll stop doing that. He starts looking at cameras all over the world and sees them hitting everywhere. NASA lady sends him a little video saying DC is gonna get hit hard and he needs to get the hell out of there, right? And you know, he starts thinking about it, and then of course he sits back down in front of his computer because this entire movie happens on his computer, and he just starts trying to call his daughter, right? He isn't able to reach his daughter, so he just calls Mark to go look for her, and then he calls his son, who's just running around the streets, right? He's just like running around for some reason until we get this terrifying shot.
Hey! I'm okay.
The concept for this movie is so stupid. Anyways, he hops on a Zoom call with the NASA agent, the DHS director, and a bunch of other people as she gets on site to look at the meteor, right? And strangely, it's just completely intact. Like, it's totally fine. It didn't shatter on impact or anything. So Sarah decides to just get closer to it, and she finds like a little crack in it. And then we get the worst CGI I have ever seen in my life. Like, this makes zombies look like God's gift to man. You know what I mean? Like, this is awful. We get some more shots of the FBI agent, and I'm not even joking. This looks like Spy Kids. Like, this actually looks so bad. Genuinely, CG from 2003 was better than this. And this movie had a budget too. Like, this movie wasn't just some random indie project with like $5 to its name. This had a lot of money behind it. I looked it up on Google, and they said $65 million budget. Like, good God, man, pay your artists. It's not hard. Dave calls Ice Cube back, and we get edged on the the plot a little more with him going like, yeah, you know, I've got info, Dad. Come on, you gotta let me tell you. And then just not saying it at all. He's just like, come on, Dad, let me tell you. And then Ice Cube's like, man, fuck you. We're in a world apocalypse. I'm not listening to you. Click. And then he just hangs up. Like, genuinely, why? Like, why? It's so aggravating. I don't know. Anyways, the robots start attacking and we get full-scale Armageddon. Anyways, that FBI agent Jeffries gets obliterized, and Cube's reaction is just, oh my god, whoa, that's crazy. I mean, you know, fair enough. I think if I saw my coworker get lasered by a giant alien, I don't know what else I'd say. But like, genuinely, why does he react to everything like he's a streamer watching a horror movie or like reacting to a clip? You know what I mean? Like, this whole movie feels like I'm watching Kai Cenat react to the end of the world. Like, I don't get it. He's like, oh my god, bro. Oh my god. We get some more footage of the aliens coming alive, and I cannot stress how bad the CGI is. This part genuinely looks like the Bionicles movie. Mark tells DHS director Briggs that they're being attacked, as if he didn't already know, and then he starts gathering some like attack intel to let the military know where to go, right? He starts using like the snipping tools on the giant robots, and then just clicks get metadata. And then he just gets a ton of info on it, like its weight, its speed, like when it got here, fucking how old it is, what its favorite sandwich is. I don't know. He just starts making a spreadsheet of all this, you know? He just pulls it up and starts going to work. Like, can you imagine? You're getting your home disintegrated. Your family just got obliterized in the kitchen. You're the last one left. And Ice Cube's making a damn spreadsheet. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. He gets a call from his daughter, but what made me more confused is when they zoom in, they show behind it is the estimated deaths part behind him. Like, what? What did he do? Like, did he just sit there like, yeah, that laser looks kind of bad. I'd say like 2,361 people. Yeah, let's make that 2,361 people. Genuinely, I have no idea how that would even be calculated in most of the shots that they show. Oh, also, while they were talking, his daughter gets like hit by a helicopter. And his reaction is genuinely just to back up and go like, oh shit, Faith, no, dude, Faith, come on, bro, get up, Faith, come on. Like, seriously, dude, that's your daughter. Have a little bit more of a reaction. Okay, well, to be fair, he does have her health monitor pinned to his taskbar for some reason, so we at least know she's still alive, right? He then gets the genius idea to call 911 while the world is ending, I think they're busy, dude. I think they're probably full, you know what I mean? He tries to leave the building to go get her, but the door is locked for some reason. I guess the government protocol is to shut everything down, which it's pretty believable. So he hacks into the mainframe and unlocks the door before running out of the building, right? I'm kind of excited here, right? Because he's finally leaving the building. Like, I thought this was all on the PC, so I'm kind of excited. We might actually be getting a real movie here. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Front door is locked. Dang it. I guess his hacking skills can't do front doors. They can only do inner doors. Like, hasn't unlocked that perk yet. I don't know. Oh, also, Faith starts hitting him with a bunch of random one-liners.
You never want to leave that place. And now I won't let you leave.
I don't know. If they transitioned to a real movie here, it would have been so much better. I mean, to be fair, anything would have been better than what we were actually given, but still. We get a totally smooth, completely integrated and unnoticeable Tesla ad where he hacks into one and has her get inside it so he can drive her and get it out of there. He's like, oh, look at this Tesla. I can drive it myself, haha. They're driving and it's just genuinely like a solid 5 minutes of her dying in the back seat while Ice Cube is just messing around with different Tesla features. Oh my God, Faith, we're in a crisis. Here, let me activate the cabin cooling AC of the all-new Tesla Roadster 2025. All at the click of a button. They get into an argument where she says he has no power and can't protect her because she's not a kid and he just can't help her anymore while sitting in the Tesla that he hacked for her so she can get out. And then he just kind of goes like, oh, battery's getting low, gotta hang up, and then hangs up on it, right? Keep in mind, she is actively dying. That is his daughter actively dying, and he just hung up on her because he got a little pissy about an argument. But before he fully disconnects, he makes sure to turn the ventilation onto auto. All at the click of a button in the brand new Tesla 2020. He hackerizers into Mark's Amazon truck and tells him to meet up with Faith immediately. And Mark goes, yeah, that's what I was doing actually. Because like, what did he think Mark was doing? Just finishing up his delivery? Oh, I gotta get a few more packages at my $20 an hour Amazon job. Every single time Mark is in frame, there is some sort of reference to Amazon, whether that be his vest, his car, or the drone that he flies. It's every single scene. I don't know. It's so rough. He gets in a call with the President of the United States and a bunch of other people where they discuss the plan, and oh my God, he says the thing.
This plan is humanity's last chance. I see no other option to initiate this war of the worlds to save us all.
I didn't even add that bell. That's just part of the movie. Looks like we've got a war of the worlds on our hands. This feels like a parody. This has to be a parody. Like, please just put the comedy tag somewhere and I'll be happy. You know what I mean? This movie hurts. We get some more stock footage of soldiers moving around and shit, and he somehow gets a casualties chart where we just see a bunch of numbers rising, you know, like everybody's dying, right? And then we get, and I'm not even joking, a kill montage. He keeps seeing these machines all get destroyed by, you know, the beautiful US military, and he just keeps going like, hell yeah, yeah, get him, yeah, you know what, yeah, boom, baby. That was easy. His acting here is like those mobile ads where people like pretend they're playing the game, but they're not actually, so they're just like, oh my gosh, this game is crazy. Oh my gosh, I gotta get the logs. He gets a call from Sandra, who's near one of those tripod things, and throughout the movie, the kind of staple War of the Worlds thing is that they make these massive, like, foghorn kind of sounds. And he's like, this might be on purpose. They might be communicating. No shit, Sherlock. What did he think they were doing? They were just screaming at you? Obviously, they're using it to communicate. He gets a call from Dave, who finally starts talking, you know, telling him there's an extra secret government surveillance agency that's above the DHS and they're stealing everyone's data, but Dad's all like, I am the government. They wouldn't hide anything from me. What do you mean the government's hiding something from me? That's preposterous. He gets another call from Sandra, who gets into this like data farm where they find out the tripods are targeting and stealing data from government data centers all over the country. If only they had no. He starts watching the news and we get even more stock footage. Like genuinely, it's supposed to be showing destruction, and there's shots of these like 40-year-old super rusted over tanks and like random Bush era war footage. Like this is not happening right now, I can tell you that much. Anyways, apparently in that time, Sandra captured some of these little like mite creatures that come off the big ones. Apparently these bugs eat data, so they're just trying to steal all of our data, right? They're genuinely invading Earth to eat all of our data. Whatever that means. Are they into the electric signal? Like, what does that mean? But as they steal more data, you know, planes are crashing, power plants are dead, boats aren't moving because I guess they ate the ocean. Everything is falling apart, right? He then starts freaking out some more until he realizes the disruptor is still live. And I don't know if I've made it clear in this video, but when watching the movie, it is almost immediately obvious the disruptor is his son, right? Also, he clicks on the disruptor and just clicks decrypt voice and starts getting the original untouched audio file. Why didn't they do this earlier? Why is he just now actually investigating him? Like, dude, what? They mentioned they've been trying to get him for years and they just now thought, what if we listen to his voice and see if we could track that anywhere? Anyways, he calls Dave and Dave's like, Dad, I know, just calm down. And he's pissed, right? He just hangs up again immediately and starts blasting him over text. And this is the strongest example of incompetence for the sake of incompetence I think I've ever seen. I know I say it like every video, but I just want movies to understand that if the only way your story moves forward is because one of your characters is being like unrealistically stupid or dense, it's probably not a good story or plot point. I think there's some tropes that do it fine, especially if it's like a specific character identity thing, like Pops from Regular Show being kind of ditzy. Like that's fine. But just doing it to a character that hasn't done any of this before, it's so lame. You know what I mean? He finally caves and opens this giant file called Goliath, and apparently everything's connected. And I mean all of it, right? Like Skinwalker Ranch, Roswell 1947, Mount Hayes, probably JFK, I'm sure 9/11's in there somewhere. It's all connected, right? Oh, and his boss is like fully in on it and has been kind of behind all of it. But like, of course he has. It's the DHS director. What? The head of the Department of Spying on People has secret information and has been spying on people? He calls the director and just starts railing on him. He's like, dude, what the hell? You can't just do this. And everything gets blown wide open, right? His boss gets all pissy and then hangs up and revokes all of Ice Cube's access, effectively completely shutting him out of the network, right? Until the disruptor hacks it and saves the day. His son hacks into the DHS or something and then gets him full access again somehow. And he's back in business, baby. They decide to make a virus to infect all of the aliens, and Dave, you know, the disruptor, adds Will to his Discord call where he meets the rest of the team.
I'll create the rabid virus. Starfire, brute force passwords. Thelma Louise, break encryption. Code Crusher, bypass firewalls. And Burnout, just stay out of trouble.
Oh my god, dude. Like, there's no way this movie is not a joke or a parody. Like, I refuse to believe that was a real line that wasn't meant to make you laugh. Will then records a clip, edits it, and posts it to YouTube in the span of like 5 minutes. Like, dude, I need to hire this guy. But he just flips so fast. He immediately is like, all right, guys, join the resistance. Like, dog, you learned about the resistance 5 minutes ago. His son sends him the rabbit virus, and then he just uploads it to the database, which just sends it to literally every database on Earth somehow. Now, again, I don't know much about Homeland Security, but I feel like it would be a massive security breach to just have every data center connected like that just so easily. Also, how do they know the virus would even affect them? Like, what if it's in a different programming language, different OS? What if they have Nord? But seriously though, when will tech-focused movies actually care about the tech that they're referencing? Apparently the creatures found everyone's IP address and knows what it means. I didn't realize IPv4 was a universal system, but I guess that's kind of cool. They take these addresses and then systematically kill everybody that was in that call. Except for David. We find out his son actually lived because he bounced his IP and has been living at his friend Brian's house, right? But like, why does he need the green screen? What's the point of it? What are the aliens gonna look through your webcam and be like, huh, well, looks like he's at Brian's house. Let's go bomb the shit out of him. Like, what? Mark gets the NASA lady and his kids on the phone, and they make the discovery that the aliens are like these hybrid cyborg things. They're like half blood, half cybernetics, and they just start plotting how to stop them, right? Mark, Faith's boyfriend, you know, Roderick, chimes in and goes, well, why don't we reprogram the DNA and make them cannibalize each other? And everybody's just like, Mark, that's genius! I don't know anymore, man. Let me out. Sandra sends the DNA over to Dave so he can turn it into code, whatever that means, and we cut over to Will, who's apparently hacked into a top secret Zoom call because American government officials definitely use, that checks out. He gets in and apparently they're planning to nuke the DHS building. You know, the building that he's in right now. So he calls his family back, freaking out because he's about to be bombed, and I'm not even joking, have him go onto Amazon to try and buy a thumb drive because he doesn't have one, and that's how they want to upload the virus. They're like, oh, come on. And he actually goes to Amazon in the fucking movie. But then he's like, Amazon probably won't deliver because, you know, like, apocalypse. And Mark, the Amazon worker, is like, oh, I can use my Amazon Air to deliver it to you. We've been training for months. This movie genuinely feels like one giant Amazon or Tesla ad. It's actually insane. We get some drone shots of Mark piloting the drone, and it fails. So they get into this homeless dude's phone and try to convince him to, like, flip it over for them. And it's such an odd shot.
Get his number.
I don't think this guy has a phone.
Oh, except that they give him an Amazon gift card to do it. Guys, they're gonna give him $1,000, and you can win $1,000 too if you go to the link in my bio. Anyways, Ice Spice is running down the halls trying to get to Goliath, and he barely makes it with just a little bit of time to spare, right? But he doesn't know the code to the door. No, whatever will we do? Dang it, no! Turns out there's actually a camera pointed right at the keypad of this incredibly secret government server room. So Faith just rewinds the footage and gets in the code, you know? And he's finally in. But now all of the alien things like followed him in, and they've got their little slimy tentacles in there too, right? They're trying to steal our data. Then in the worst green screen I have ever seen in my life, he gets sucked up by these tentacles, barely makes it to the thing, plugs in the device, and then all the cameras shut down, right? Effectively a fade to black for old Ice Cube. He's probably dead. Instantaneously, like, all of the creatures die because I guess the virus is just that strong. And then the nukes, you know, remember the nukes that were headed to DC get called off. Why would they nuke it? Why wouldn't they just drop a bomb? You know what I mean? Why would they fucking nuke the place? But anyways, we fade to black for real this time before coming back onto Faith's laptop. And the ending to this movie is one of those 80s, like, where are they now shots. It's so bad. We get some cutesy newspaper shots of like the DHS guy getting arrested and the NASA lady getting promoted to the leader of NASA. We hear the baby shower went well and that Dave is still leading the anti-government resistance. And I guess Mark died because Faith receives an email from him where he talks about the difficulties of being a father, right? Also, the ending is a tweet from Joe Rogan. Okay. Odd choice, but all right. Oh, also, I lied. Ice Cube is still alive, and that's the actual end of the movie with his grandpa shark do shirt. That's the end. That was genuinely one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. I feel like it's mostly because it felt like a giant Tesla or Amazon ad, but also just because it really does not flow well. A lot of the shots start to like hurt your eyes because it's just quick zooms on a different web application mixed with all of the like random terrible technology tropes. Like, what am I watching? The Blacklist? Like, it's not hard to make it more technologically accurate, and it can still look cool. Have him run a few packet captures or shit. I don't know. Have him run some net scans or something. Not just right click on this dude's face and click, find this guy for me. It's so lazy. And you know, I really do try to find the good in movies like these because they usually at least do something kind of cool or something right. You know what I mean? But I genuinely struggle to find something good to say about this one. So all I'll say is it's a hilarious movie to watch with friends if you're looking for a terrible movie. This movie sucked. Oh my God.